top tier Jasmine Allure, and if you want to have an alluring time, you better watch Countdown City WrestleCast.
What is up, heels and baby faces? Welcome to another episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast. A huge episode right before Memorial Day weekend. I'm your host, JC. Joining me this week is Tommy.
That damn clip's just going to follow me the rest of my life, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, sure. Hi, everybody.
And, of course, we got Mike.
First of all, yes, it is. And what's up, guys? This is Big Mike here, careening down the tracks here in 2023. The question this weekend, who is the new Wish.com heavyweight champion going to be?
Wow.
Damn! Wow, okay.
We can talk about stuff,
Yeah, we'll talk definitely all about that. Jeez,
Woo!
yeah. Wish.com, among other names for the.
Is there not a big W in the middle?
I know. For the
I did tell a friend of mine,
belt, if you will.
Yeah, I did tell a friend. It feels like Triple H wanted the World Heavyweight title, and Vince wouldn't say yes until they put the WWE logo really huge somewhere. So
That I would believe.
Yeah, it feels like the participation trophy heavyweight champion kind of thing too.
Oh dear God.
Yeah.
Basically.
Consolation bracket.
Pretty much. Pardon my chewing eyes. It kind of did turn out that way, right?
Well, that's what I was going to mention, because even AJ mentioned in an interview, apparently, when they're asking about him, because it's him and Rollins.
Yeah.
Like, well, basically, don't we have this belt because Roman has all the other ones?
Yeah.
So
exactly. Anyway, yes, we're going to be talking about Night of Champions. We're also going to be talking about Impact Under Siege. We'll talk about NXT Battleground, and we're going to talk about AEW Double or Nothing. Wow, this weekend turned into something crazy. And all of these events are happening in just 2 days of this whole 3-day weekend, by the way. So, 2 of them are going on at the same time. Yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot to cover here. And as we go through it, if you're watching us live, like Burnty is, definitely
what's up, Burnty?
Join us, live chat along with us, make some predictions along with us as we get into the discussion of everything going on. And I'm going to start with a little bit of wrestling news. Obviously, there's so much going on this week with shows, but AEW finally put out what the release date is going to be of AEW Fight Forever, the brand new video game under the AEW banner, June 29th, guys. And I gotta say that hardcore match they showed in that trailer looks freaking gory for a video game. So,
I have one of the IG sites I follow. He's not the biggest AEW fan, but he loves wrestling video games. So he's been clamoring about this for a year. He's like, "Dear God, just give us a release date." And honestly, he joked about it so much, I just thought like it was never going to happen at this point. I was like, "Holy shit, they're going to put it out next month!" Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hardcore match looked like it's trying to compete with the new Mortal Kombat they're bringing out, or the
nothing's touching that trailer. Nothing's touching that trailer.
That trailer was amazing, first of all.
Yes, and a whole new timeline of Mortal Kombat, but that's Mortal Kombat.
This also explains why Sabu showed up randomly on Dynamite.
That's
okay.
True.
Not gonna lie, that was not the name I was expecting to come out.
Me neither. But I did love Taz's reaction, just like thinking, "Son of a bitch, I gotta deal with
this guy." Yeah.
Anyway, the game looks good. What crazy AEW gimmick match you hope makes the cut for the video game?
Anarchy in the Arena in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Okay. Or, and I know this is taboo at this point. The barbed wire match again. And somehow, and I want us to give them 2 different endings. One where it actually explodes, it doesn't.
Oh God,
Steady. The boss explosion steady. And the actual explosion.
No. Yeah. Steady. No.
What?
In the
he just wants to troll people as MJF.
You know what? I could see him getting just really good in this game as MJF, just so he can be an ass with them online.
I would love if like you're only allowed to wrestle with MGF like once a week on your console. Like
Wow.
you know, just
Like the
you wrestle
timing
a
of the
match.
console won't let you do it.
No, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. He's not even going to be on the base roster. He's a standalone DLC, and it costs you $500 just because it gets a
Yeah,
cut of it,
actually,
just like his
that's
cameo.
MJF. Yeah.
And if you want
Yeah.
if you want the scarf, that's an extra 200.
Yeah.
That actually sounds right like them.
I figure any of that in-game customization stuff is going to cost the most if it's MJF related.
And then the whole time you actually do start playing him, he starts talking about maybe I'll move over to WWE 2K24 next year. Like you, whatever. What
Yeah,
what are they on?
I'm surprised he hasn't write that into a promo. Maybe I'll be in a 2K game next year. Who knows?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's like, dear God, dude. I just want him to go over there already, honestly.
I mean, you asked for it so
Yeah.
much. Or he does, I mean, but
Back to the original question. I partially want to see a Mimosa match just for the hell of it, but if they somehow jump in and combine with EA Sports and get a freaking Stadium Stampede match, Jesus Christ! Can you just imagine how cinematic you can get with that stuff, or the Hardy Compound, for that matter, you know? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be a good one. I hope.
that'd be fun. One day, right? Those next gen consoles. So
that's Fight Forever 2.
right.
Fight Forever.
I love how and the same guy pointed out, he's like I know the graphics aren't as like, you know, realistic as like the other as like the 2K games, but at the same time the gameplay looks like it's going to be really fun. So who cares?
Mhm.
So yeah.
All right, that was kind of the big wrestling news event of the week. Honestly, because we have a lot to talk about this week too. I mean, all the news is going to come out after this. Some upcoming local wrestling events. We're kind of prelude this. RCW in our house was this past weekend. Mike and Tommy, I believe you guys were there.
Yeah.
You want to give us a quick rundown of how the event was, what you guys thought, and what you're looking forward to coming out of RCW from there? So.
It was fun.
Yes. Tons of fun.
I forget sometimes because it's been a while since I've actually been able to attend an RCW show. That Brandon doesn't mind booking. I don't care about your feelings. Because there were some squash matches basically that I did not expect to kind of be squash match, and they make sense looking back. But I was like, I thought those wrestlers were, you know, onto something. I mean, not that they weren't, and obviously they're improving. But yeah, like the David Kidd and Angel Camacho, just total squash. But also Maddie and Zakai. I mean, they had a good match, but the birthday girl, by the way, Maddie, pulled out the victory over the number 2 prospect by a WWE scout.
Yeah.
Zakai. That is true. That was by Gabe Sapolsky, but yeah, but it was a great match overall. I mean, great card overall.
Pulled the swerve of the century for me, but Logan Pettis helping Overkill win the tag titles. I was legit shocked. I was like, it's rare to shock me at a wrestling show. And I was like, what? That's awesome.
I don't know if you remember this, JC, but it was Flocking Brawlers, Casey Black Rose, and Brandon Weiss. We will face anybody except Overkill.
the guys.
And you knew it, but I didn't literally expect it to go down this way because they were like, who's it going to be? And then it's Overkill. And so I was thinking it was going to be like, oh, well, there's got to be some stipulation because we said anybody but them. But no, it was their manager and their valet or whoever it was turned on them. Yep. The ref got, you know,
he was on the
what
tape.
is his name? Military Drive or
Vance Jackson.
He's named after a city street, so I forget which one it is. Hebner Road or something. I don't know. He got paid off.
Fredericksburg? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bandera Road. But he got paid off. So the Flocking Brawlers, who were made to look like your regular kind of chicken shit heels, if you will, running from the big scary, literally had to be conspiracy theoried out of the titles, which was kind of interesting. So yeah. It was once you saw the things play out, but not where you expected beforehand.
Yeah. Of course, I'm biased because I genuinely like Overkill, like Stone and Alexander, so that was one thing. But I did tell Casey Black Rose later, we now have common ground. I can always hate Logan Pettis. I don't care who he's managing. So it
makes it really easy. Like I'm not.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him that often,
me and Casey, we may have we may be close to a handshake because if there's
Well,
one thing we can agree on is that we hate Logan Paul.
I don't know. Let's also bring up real quick that at the end of the show, while you were watching the main event, he poked his head out from behind the curtain because you were in the last row, and he was like, "Shut up, Tommy. No one still nobody likes you or whatever."
But I agree with him that this is a fact, and I already know that, so it's not that much of a stretch.
Whoa. Hello,
Oh.
David Cook, coming in with the existential questions.
Yeah, wrestling taking the physical.
Depends who you ask. Depends who
Yeah.
you're promoting. Yeah. So
Yeah, that really does depend, and also that's as far as the physical goes, between how much are they actually making contact? I mean, let's because some hits they're hits, and sometimes they're just really good looking attempts at hits. So
how did Regal say it? How did Regal say it on the episode Tough Enough? Hit him very hard in very safe places, right? With his accent. So, and that's a craft of it. But I mean, yeah, the physical toll takes a lot. You worry about the headshots, what it does to your person's body as they get older. But I think it's more. It really depends on the wrestler themselves. Miz is famous for working a bit safer, not taking a lot of high risks, but he still has a very storied, a very successful career. It's not necessarily about how physical you can be in the ring, but also how much you get yourself over. But it comes as a personal preference, I guess. So
along those lines, you look at the IC title match from WrestleMania. Sheamus, Gunther, and McIntyre were laying in shots to each other. Like they weren't holding back on the chops and the forearms, but all the other things. Obviously, they're working as safe as they can. So there's always that strong style. Well, okay. I mean, it depends on what you're talking about and what match you're going in. That's a broad statement to make.
Yeah, that really depends on who you're talking about, and also depends on what they're selling. So, as far as moves wise go. So,
all right. Among the rest of what's coming up in the local scene, let me take this graphic off. Hybrid is going to be doing their show this Saturday. Among that are looped into what everything else that's going on this weekend. Mission Pro Wrestling June 10th. RCW announced their next show on July 2nd.
Stars and Stripes. Yeah.
Stars and Stripes, and then of course BOW on July 8th. Yeah. Mike, did you have the Hybrid card in front of you for this weekend?
I don't have all of it offhand, but I do know a lot of it. So it's Tag Team Turmoil for one thing. So pretty much every match is going to be some sort of tag team match. So highlighting some of the bigger ones, Flocking Brawlers now, after RCW, like we just talked about, are now only the Hybrid Tag Team Champions, and they're facing H2 Easy in a bull rope match. So each of them will, one of them will be attached to a bull rope to the other one. This is their rubber match. They're 1-1 against each other. Again, this is hybrids. So in theory, this is the good variants of H2 Easy, not the Men's Revolution. But on the other hand, does what happened at RCW affect Flocking Brawlers?
I was wondering the same thing, yeah.
Or, but at the same time, Brandon's always good to berate little children and be mean to them. And Casey just goes along with it. And whether he's face or heel, he's going to walk by Tommy and tell him to shut up. So, we'll have to see how that goes.
Yeah.
But some other matches they do have going on. So every match has kind of a stipulation for the most part. So even the Playground Kid, which is Eric Walker and David Kidd, who had the Playgrounds Rule match last time, they're facing Johnny Rocket and Diego Rene in a top rope finisher match. So I guess they have to hit a top rope finisher to get a pin. There's a 6-man tag, the Texas Treats with Gia Michelle versus F&G, which is Devin Carter and Zakai with Key Vibes. So they have that one going on. Kumite, which is Jesse James, who we've interviewed on here, with who's the guy
Vic
from?
Endurance?
There you go, Vic Endurance.
Yeah.
And they will be in a submissions match against Okay, so I don't have it out in front of me, but they're going into a submissions tag match on their end. So it's mostly tag team match, and again, hybrid kind of follows like the old NXT Black and Gold. Not a lot of matches, but solid all the way across. You're there like 2 hours, but like it doesn't seem like you're just like, wow, I can't believe that was 2 hours because the matches are great. They run pretty steadily. So looking forward to that this weekend. I'll be there. I don't know if Tommy's going to be able to make it.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I can't say for sure yet. Gotta check and see.
Yeah, and I'll be out of town. So, but
no, of course.
Definitely check it out if you're in the area. Hybrid School Wrestling. What time is the show this weekend? On Saturday? Do they announce the start time?
I think the doors open at 4 and bell starts at 5. So
okay,
there you go.
Pretty cool. Good luck to all students out there putting a show on together. So, there you go. Bull rope match, Shooky Dookie Quack.
You know what, Bernsey? I might agree with that one. Because those 4 guys have put on great matches, both in individual pairings and then as tag matches. So, I would agree with that one.
All right, well, let's move into the first of 4 events on the national circuit this weekend, WWE Night of Champions, which it'll be nighttime where it's taking place, but it'll be daytime over here when it's actually happening. This one, of course, traditionally has been the whole every championship is on the line. Not so much here. There's 5 titles on the line, but 7 total matches.
What important titles are not on the line right now? I mean, what on earth?
No, I mean, gosh, there's a bunch.
I mean, we're gonna crown a consolation champ. So why do you need the other ones?
Well, before we get to those titles, let's quickly run through a couple of singles matches. Well, one that I feel like I'm not sure where this one's going to go. Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. And if you're following along with this, definitely make your predictions for the event as well and see how well you do. So, but Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. Tommy, how you feeling here?
Hold on. Yeah, Dalton used to tell me to shut up on a
Don't tell everybody to shut up. Don't feel bad.
Bi-weekly basis.
Honestly, Dalton said worse things to people too. But
that's true.
Yeah. Wow. But as far as this match, screw it. I'm going Cody. I know that doesn't make much sense anymore, but I feel like I refuse to call him Homelander. I'm not calling him Homelander. I will call him Captain America or Superman before I call him Homelander. But but we'll see. We'll see after this match happens if he goes full Homelander.
Clearly we have disagreed on so many things when it comes to wrestling. I don't know why this would be different.
But fair enough. I will grant you that, actually, good sir. But I'll go Cody.
So did you guys watch Raw?
Yes.
Penis is not
the moment I'm thinking about.
So his arm is broken. Triple H didn't want him to go to Saudi and have this fight, but it's Cody, and he's going to fight. I'm sorry, they're Homelandering him. I actually think Brock is going to win, especially because Cody won the first one. But they are going to make him look like such the hero for going to the match and fighting. And I don't know what it is. I just you can see what they're doing, and any other babyface, you'd be behind it. But for me, there's just something with Cody that I'm just rolling my eyes at. But I actually think Brock's going to win, but I don't think their story's over. They're going to get a rubber match maybe by SummerSlam. So, yeah, I mean...
Yeah, I was going to say...
Basically, David, you were saying it in a nice way, and that is what they're doing. I'm just kind of like, ugh. But...
Yeah, I'm of this mindset with you, Mike, going Brock. It's going to be one of those up and down things. Cody being injured, still put on a courageous match is what people are going to talk about. And then you get the rubber match at SummerSlam, I think it is the plan. And not a bad plan. See how that works out.
Yeah.
Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus. These promos, though.
Sucky Ducky Quack Quack match of the night.
That was Sucky Ducky Quack Quack promos of last.
Yo, dude. Oh, bro. Man. Someone's pulling no punches.
Mike, then who are you picking on this one?
See, I think I'm going to go Trish for this first one. Also because the Saudi crowd tends to like the legends and the stars. I mean, a lot of us do, obviously.
Mhm.
I don't think it's going to be like a fair win. Obviously, I think she's going to do some cheating but yeah, I think she's going to pull off this first one. Again, this is another one. It doesn't seem like a one-off given the things they've said and done, and it seems like Trish is going to stick around at least through SummerSlam, from what I've heard. So again, another one that kind of maybe starts here but continues on.
Okay. I'm going Becky Lynch on this one. I feel like this is just kind of how the
Hey,
setup
Sean,
is.
what's up? Sorry, I just.
Yeah. So, but I'm thinking Becky Lynch is going to be the one going here, and those promos cut deep, right? So,
JC, change the ticker.
why? It's Night of Champions.
No, never mind. From the comment.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're talking about. This one. Yeah.
Wait, wait! That one was just ready to go. You clicked like one thing.
Oh yeah, no, it's been ready. It's always there.
What the hell?
Question from David: do you see Seth interfering? No, I think he's more worried about his stuff, and who knows what elaborate costume he's going to have to get ready in. But
plus, I think that for the most part, since that initial time that they had gotten together, I think they realized for the most part you want to keep them,
separate.
Not having to be in the same stories all the time.
Yeah,
the anti-Britain Adam Cole at times.
Tommy, what about you? What are you picking on this one?
Yeah, I'll go Trish. I mean,
okay,
because for obvious reasons and non-obvious reasons. But yeah, I'll go Trish.
All right.
Oh, we're talking about a match, so.
All right.
The answer is still Trish Stratus.
Title matches. On to the title matches on the card. We're starting with the Intercontinental Championship. Gunther versus Mustafa Ali. I know.
Sean, don't give away spoilers for things we're going to say later.
Yeah, right. I know that.
Thanks, David.
This is, Saudi Arabia, Middle East, just saying with Ali. I'm sure he might get a pretty good ovation, even though he's from Chicago. But Gunther has had this title for a while, he's the workhorse. Does anyone think that Ali pulls this off and scores the upset and wins the title?
I love Ali, but no.
Yeah, so
no.
Again, value.
I can't see it.
He'll put up a legitimate, valiant effort. It'll be more of a true underdog, but yeah, no.
Okay. All right, Tag Team Championship, and this is getting into Sean here thinking it's going to be the Bloodline versus the Usos, basically. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are defending the Tag Team Championships against the Bloodline, consisting of Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa.
He is built like a tree, yes.
Yeah. I'm actually inclined to stick with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn on this one. I think what the thing is like Roman, yes, when he's on his own, he's no problem to win a match, but in a tag match, and he hasn't had this in a while, pretty sure we could see him potentially losing this one. And the Owens and Sami have had Solo's number before, and I don't see any reason why they could now. Obviously, this one goes out, Solo takes the pin, So, but I'm going to go with Owens and Sami on this one. Tommy, what about you?
Owens and Sami, man. I see no logical reason for that not to be them. Because they have been building, they are clearly going to this bloodline crumbling story. Like full force. And I don't see any reason why Solo and Roman should win this. None whatsoever. So Sami, especially if Sami finally is in Saudi Arabia, like after all this time, you're gonna have him lose there. I think that's a mistake on many levels. So yeah, no.
Okay. Mike.
Yeah, same. Kevin and Sami, but I do think the Usos are going to get involved, and I'm not quite sure if they're going to unintentionally cost them the match or intentionally cost them the match. But I do think they're going to cost them. I'm kind of leaning toward intentional for the full breakup, but yeah, we'll see how that goes.
What if like Jay tries to hit like Sami with a chair, but he hits Roman in the back, and it's like the third time we see Roman do the same flop to the bottom rope. He's like, "Damn it! Why does everyone hit me in the back with these damn chairs?"
Maybe that's his Achilles heel. Maybe you don't. Maybe you got to hit Roman in the back with a chair.
before the
It
match.
is what it is. There's no time he's
Do
ever
it.
gone down.
You gotta
Yeah.
do it before the match starts, and then have the referee ring the bell.
When he's not looking too, right?
Yeah. Oh, Sean, that's a good question.
I think that's down the line. I don't think that's yet. I do think it'll be Solo and Roman breaking off against the Usos. I do think the Solo may come down the road, though, because they're building him up really well, to be all honest.
That kind of relates to what Jason said here. Sammy and Owens retain. Roman blames himself. I mean, obviously, Roman's not going to blame anybody, blame everybody but himself for the loss. Yeah, so wouldn't be surprising. Yeah. Let's see. Raw Women's Championship: Bianca Belair versus Asuka. Tommy, I'll be nice to let you go last. I know this was tough for you. So, Mike, what do you got?
Yeah, see, it's not just me. Stop thinking like it's always me.
Where's my coin?
I think it's gonna be Belair. I think I'm going to get into this a little bit in my 1 minute more. Not specifically this, but a bigger thing about this. I think it's going to be Belair. She's ready for a loss. They're making Asuka look a little bit better. But honestly, I think it's fair to say I don't trust WWE with Asian American wrestlers winning titles.
What?
So,
Mike,
I know.
I am shocked at your wording there.
And let me say this, because I love Bianca Belair. She's great at what she does. I've said this before, though. You know, I think it's time for that title to change hands and freshen up her story a bit. So I won't be mad if I'm wrong. I just don't trust WWE even under Triple H.
Yeah, and it's for that reason I'm taking.
Saudi, I thought you're sorry. I thought you're offering us nachos like the food. I was like, wait.
Oh. Well, he's not in here right now to pick, but
the Saboteur is not around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him walking a minute ago, but then he walked back.
Yeah, he was like, I'm done with this, and he walked back up. So yeah. I am for that reason also going to take Bianca Belair. I'm not sold on WWE putting the championship on an Asian American woman because they haven't done it yet. You know, every time they got close. I mean, the last time was what, Gail Kim? I mean, that was like a long time ago.
No,
well, they put one of the. Yeah, she's had the
no,
belt.
she's had the belt, but like in a big high-profile match like this, I should say, like this is you're putting Bianca Belair, not quite Roman Reigns status, but you're making her practically unbeatable. You know,
is she bigger than Charlotte?
Right now, probably.
Well, yeah, right now, definitely.
Yeah. So, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I don't know if he's concerned with how the reaction might be overseas with Asuka winning. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like for this title to change hands, it's going to be probably like a SummerSlam, like a big event, you know? And honestly, like for Asuka to be in these high profile matches to get a shot, like think about it. The last time she held the Raw Championship, was it not because she won the Money in the Bank and then Becky was pregnant?
Yeah.
That was it, you know? It's never been like a victory. So, like, until I see that, I'm going to have to stick with Bianca Belair.
Okay. Yeah, David, we're all ready for that match, regardless of what belts are there or not. So, yes, definitely that down the line.
I mean, that can happen for any reason. I legit don't care. So,
yeah. So I'm going with Bianca. Now, Tommy, your turn.
Asuka.
Okay.
Ride
or die.
I feel like that if they're gonna do it, it probably should be now. I feel like SummerSlam would be good too, but I feel like they should do it now. So,
God dang it, Jason! Don't bring that back to this.
Jason, come on, bro.
Okay, okay. In all fairness, I brought up the name, but
yeah,
I know, but still, dude.
All right, SmackDown Women's Championship, probably a little bit easier to pick.
I should have laughed, but
yeah. Rhea Ripley versus Natalya, aka Natalya's guaranteed match whenever they go to Saudi Arabia. Let's be honest, because ever since they've gone there, she's the one that's wrestled. Whenever they started allowing women to wrestle there. So, but anyone think Natalya's going to walk away with a victory here?
No,
of course not. It's just she is really good, but they have never given her a build-up to make you think. Like, they just want you to think she's Natalya, she's always eligible to win the belt, even though they've never really had her in serious contention for years.
For sure.
Outside of tag teams. So, yeah, I mean, she's a respected veteran, but it's almost like Dolph Ziggler getting a title shot out of nowhere. Like, he'll do a good match, but come on.
Are we gonna get a mommy chant in Saudi Arabia? Is my question. And
I hope so.
I was gonna say, God, let the answer be yes, because that would be hilarious.
Yeah. I guess talking about Natalya here. David Cook, by the way, said before this, Natalya is a legend, but squash match. Yeah.
I don't know if it'll be squash, but close enough.
Yeah. When has she won a big title? I don't remember.
She won. She was.
They won tag titles.
She was. I thought she was a SmackDown champion for a while.
Yeah, but
has it been pre or post COVID?
It was definitely pre. It was
okay. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, no,
that's a whole different time.
Pre Women's Revolution too, right? I mean,
maybe.
No.
Ever since they rebranded the Divas title, the women's title, I don't know if she's won one except for like a tag championship.
Wait, hold on, no.
Yeah.
No, you're right. We're with you, Sean. When it comes to singles,
no. Yeah, she won her longer reign was with the women's championship. She won it with Tamina, but she won the SmackDown Women's Championship. She had it for 86 days.
How long was that?
That was 2017.
So pre-COVID.
She won it. She won it August SummerSlam. She beat Naomi. Something ironic about that. I don't know what. Then lost it to Charlotte Flair.
Yep. But yeah, that works out.
Legacy of Nerd, thanks for joining us, buddy.
Yeah.
In certain ways,
yeah,
kind of.
Yeah, more or less.
I'm not sure if Dolph is quite as respected as Hennig was, and I don't even mean that as an insult. It's just it was Kurt Hennig.
Yeah.
I'll respectfully disagree. I think he is. He's just not as he's not as outwardly respected. I think backstage.
Yeah. Look,
I think
you know what, he does have a world title that Kurt Hennig doesn't. So
now that I've seen this comment, like Dolph Ziggler has to dress up as Mr. Perfect for Halloween this year whenever they do the Halloween episode of Raw.
I guarantee you he has at some point in his life.
I mean, that just makes total sense.
I gotta think most wrestlers at least have the singlet somewhere.
Yeah. All right, and finally the World Heavyweight Championship, aka the Make-A-Wish or Wish.com Championship, as Mike likes to put it. Wow. The Constellation Bracket Champion, the Constellation Championship, the title we're creating because nobody can beat Roman Reigns, and then Roman Reigns will probably win this title a little bit later on.
Dear God, no!
Seth Rollins, the interesting part of this, they said this is going to go to whatever show Roman is not on. But the bracket is going to have Raw versus SmackDown. Make that make sense. So, representing the Raw side, Seth Rollins. Representing the SmackDown side, AJ Styles. Who you got? Tommy, we'll start with you.
I wish I could say AJ, but it looks more and more like it's Seth Rollins. So, I'm going to go
All right.
Seth.
Mike?
Yeah, it's got to be Seth. I saw something. I guess he said it. I didn't see the interview. I saw like someone reporting what he had said, but and I hope it's a true thing and not just something they kind of made up. But basically, you know, he's not sure with what they've done with Roman if he'll ever be able to kind of surpass that, like as the face of the company. You know, he basically said, "Am I Randy Savage to his Hogan?" Which I think is a pretty great comparison.
It really is.
Except, Macho never really had Hogan's number because Hogan wouldn't allow it. Seth has had Roman's number, and I love that they keep that going in the interactions they've had. So yeah, I'm Seth Rollins definitely.
You're not alone. Sean says Seth. David Cook. He put Franklin. Maybe he means freaking. I don't know. Seth freaking Rollins. I don't remember like that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Legacy Nerd, Seth freaking Rollins as well. So, seems to be unanimous on this one, and I'm going with Seth Rollins as well. So, yeah. I mean, it just makes the most sense. And now, if it does end up on SmackDown, how long before Roman wins that title, right? So.
No. Whoever wins it is going to Raw with it. Like,
Oh, is that what they're going with? Okay.
That's what they said. If
Okay.
the
But that would
SmackDown guy
be.
wins,
But wouldn't that mean the whole OC would have to go to? Okay.
yes,
Yeah.
All right.
which is also probably another hint that it's going to be Seth. But
Yeah. All right. So where does that put us as far as Night of Champions go? Night of Champions is this Saturday, May 27th at noon, 12 p.m. Central Time. I believe the kickoff show starts at 11 a.m. Central Time, which is about 7 p.m. over there in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia at the Jeddah Superdome, which is where this event is taking place. And you can watch it on Peacock.
oh, that's right, we did miss a match. Did
We missed one? Did they add one recently?
Was it the women's? Isn't the women's tag team? Is that going to be on?
Is that on the
Night
show?
of Champions?
It's not listed.
Oh, maybe it's on SmackDown.
Is it on this SmackDown? Because they pre-taped SmackDown, didn't they, this week?
Oh, maybe because Liv is injured, so her and Raquel gave up the belts. And
That's right.
It's a 3 or 4 way. It's Chelsea Green and what's her name? Deville.
Sonya Deville.
Sonya Deville.
I think that is on SmackDown because it's not showing
okay, maybe,
here.
yeah.
That's
And
not
that's
Night of Champions.
which makes the most sense because it's this late in the game. It's hard for them to book the flights, get the passports, all that stuff. So
because I think Shotzi is going to take Liv's place and team with Raquel, and then it might be Ronda and Baszler. Something like that. So yeah, it's probably not Night of Champions because they don't care about that championship. So
yeah.
Nope.
All right. Now, tucked away in this one, obviously, this event is taking place during the day on Saturday. But at night, did you guys know that Impact is actually running an Impact Plus event?
I didn't know it was this weekend.
Yeah.
I knew it because I printed out the agenda for this.
Yeah, right. And quite frankly, they took full advantage of the fact that NXT, when they booked Battleground, instead of trying to put it on Saturday evening when you know WWE is going to be in Saudi Arabia during the day, they decided to put Battleground on Sunday evening, the same night as Double or Nothing. So Impact's like, sure, we'll take the Saturday evening spot. We're not going to go too in-depth into this event, but I am going to give you kind of a rundown of what the matches are, and you guys can kind of point out a couple of them that maybe stand out to you. Pre-show, Impact Digital Media Championship, Joe Hendry versus Dirty Dango.
That alone, Joe Hendry's great. It's Dango. That's just going to be fun.
That's a pre-show match, guys. Pre-show, so that's free for everybody. Check that out on the Impact YouTube channel, by the way. So, Nick Aldis versus Kenny King. Trinity versus Giselle Shaw.
Trinity.
I want to. This is Trinity's debut on a non-TV, like a pay-per-view.
That should be a good match, though.
Yeah. Let's see here. Rich Swann, Sammy Callahan, and a partner to be announced against the Design.
That we don't have a name team. No.
Yeah, right. Number one contenders match for the Impact World Championship. This is a six-way. Alex Shelley, Eddie Edwards, Frank Kazarian, Jonathan Gresham, Moose, and Yuya Uemura are fighting for the chance to challenge for whoever.
Thank you for not making us pick this because there is nothing. My Achilles heel is a Impact multi-man match. There is nothing worse.
I think JC is the only one who's ever got one of these right, isn't he? I don't think I've got one.
I guess I'm the Impact specialist,
Yeah, I've never got any of these right.
Yeah.
That's look at the names in that match. That's going to be a great one.
Mm-hmm.
Like who should win this one? Well, all of them should.
For the record, I'm picking Uemura, but not going to count for us. But yeah, so X Division Championship: Trey Miguel versus Chris Sabin.
Don't make me pick this. 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 Do not make me pick this. That is not fair. I don't know who booked this specifically to torture me. That is not fair. That is not fair.
I'm just saying, whoever wins this has an inside track for option C.
Yeah.
So
Sean's right on his comment.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. So, let's see here. Thoughts on Tessa Blanchard? What thoughts do I have? We'll get to that. Trust me. Yeah. And that is Impact related when you think about it, right? Tag Team Championship, ABC, consisting of Ace Austin and Chris Bay versus Subculture, which is Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster. Knockouts Championship, Deonna Purrazzo versus Jordynne Grace. Now, this is a last chance match for Jordynne Grace. If she does not beat Deonna Purrazzo, she can no longer challenge for the championship as long as Deonna is champion in this title reign. So that is a stipulation on this one.
That's going to be a good one.
That's going to be a good one, and I think Praz was winning it because if I'm not mistaken, Jordan Grace is going to be ready to do some bodybuilding competitions or something.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, she killed it at the last one. She actually like her first one. She placed first, I think.
Yeah.
I think she won though. That last one she was done. Mm-hmm. And David, we with you, and we appreciate why you're here for that.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
That's why we're here.
Yep.
Impact World Championship is a no DQ match. Steve Macklin defending against PCO. How is that guy still alive?
I don't think he knows anymore. I think he does stuff and he's like, I lived through that? Holy shit.
JC, do you remember, or maybe you both do, but in Heroes, when the cheerleader's like testing out her abilities and she's like, attempt number 37, jumping off the water tower. I think that's what PCO was at this point. He's like, I've tried. I've done some really hardcore matches and jumped off of things. Just keep coming back.
It's like, PC, how are you still alive? Hell if I know, dude. I've been trying for the past year.
Thoughts on Tessa Blanchard? I know you're new to the show, but yeah, we shared our thoughts when what went down, and it's just a matter of it's up to the people forgiving her at this point, but she's got to show some remorse and some growing from it. So
I do know that she has straightened things out with La Rosa Negra, which mattered the most to me. So.
And look, she's talented. Like obviously she's great. The Impact put that title on her, but like JC said, it just kind of depends when all of those that what she's done affected are okay. And then Tommy said, La Rosa Negra and her kind of buried the hatchet, it seemed, and hopefully she just slowly but surely kind of grows and gets their their respect or their forgiveness or whatever. So.
All right, Impact Under Siege, Saturday, May 27th, 7 p.m. Central Time. The countdown show is at 6:30, which will also have the pre-show. It is actually taking place at the Western Fair District Agroplex in London, Ontario, Canada. Believe it or not, yeah. So both events on Saturday are not even taking place on U.S. soil. It is going to be on Impact Plus, or you can also watch it on Fight TV for the cost of $10.
Canada becoming big in wrestling over these next few months.
Yeah.
Well,
and David, no need to apologize. We're glad you're here, dude.
Yeah, no, exactly, David. Don't apologize. It's just we have talked about it before, but yeah, no, you're always welcome in here.
Yeah, if that came across wrong, I apologize. Yeah, because when what happened went down when they gave her the reins of the Impact World Championship, and then that went to shit. Yeah, I think she got my award for biggest disappointment of the year of on our year-end
I'm sure
awards.
You weren't the only one.
Yeah, so it's just for me personally, it was like one of my all-time favorite wrestlers basically handed the reins to you to lead that company. Gail Kim, of course, had that match with her, had that feud, said, "Here you go."
Bobby, look at what it says. Okay, Sean, legitimately, we're changing 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon to 1 degree of Tommy, because everyone just knows him. We don't even have to connect to people that know him. Everyone just knows Tommy.
Yeah, you know Tommy, you know everybody. Feels like so.
Like you joke, and David, Sean, if y'all are new to this, we go to a lot of wrestling shows. Or this past year here in town.
Sean's an RCW regular.
So. Yeah, okay, so I've heard the name.
I've literally talked to people and getting to know them, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I do this WrestleCast with Tommy. Oh, Tommy, yeah, that's just my in now when I meet people. Like, Tommy? Of course you do. Yeah, I work with Tommy. So yeah, David, Ray. Yeah, so and
by proxy on some level, you probably know Tommy as well,
yeah,
Dave.
Exactly.
So, all right, while Tommy catches his breath, let's move on to NXT Battleground.
Oh my God, I was drinking water when you did.
This event is going to be running the same time as Double or Nothing, but we're going to spend a lot more time on Double or Nothing. But this has some pretty damn good matches to call out. Yeah. Yes, it does, and I'm looking forward to watching Double or Nothing, and then watching on Monday when I have the day off from work, flipping on Peacock and watching this one. Yeah. Last Man Standing. Mike is like, holy shit. Dragunov versus Dijak.
Yeah. This is going to be fun to watch. Dragunov is a little crazy madman. Dijak is a big no apologies, big man, slapping meat, and they're just kicking the crap out of each other. So yes.
Let's see, NXT Heritage Cup, and this is under British rounds rules. So this is really a matter of, they go like 5-minute rounds, something like that. It's interesting. They have rounds to a match as well, something like old school British type thing. Noam Dar is defending against Dragon Lee. The NXT North American Championship triple threat: Wes Lee versus Tyler Bate versus Joe Gacy.
Jeez.
NXT Tag Team Championships: Gallus versus the Creed Brothers.
Another big.
Yep.
That's the Big E approved.
Big meaty man slapping meat match.
That's tag team match right there. Yeah.
NXT Women's Championship title that was vacated by the injured / drafted Indy Hartwell.
/married.
She was carried off into the sunset by her husband, right? Lyra Valkyria, aka we're going to give you a name because we don't have Taya Valkyrie anymore, versus Tiffany Stratton. Come on, guys. Let's be honest here.
It's Valkyria, I think, technically, but you're also probably not wrong.
Yeah.
Say Valkyria. It's Valkyria. Yeah. Say Valkyria, damn it.
And then finally, NXT Championship: Carmelo Hayes versus Braun Breaker. The rematch. No gimmick involved in this match, but that's probably coming eventually if they have a third one. So
still cage probably.
Just overall another solid card. I know we've crapped on 2.0 for the stories they do at times and the over the topness of some of that stuff, but the matches are still great. Yes, David, there are at least 2 people on this panel that agree with you, possibly 3, but
but David, she's married, so yeah.
Mary
to a man with a hatchet in his jacket.
So. Well, yeah, are you gonna mess with that dude? Jesus, no, I'm not.
It doesn't change the fact that his wife's hot. I didn't say I was gonna try to steal her from him. I just said his wife's hot. That's all I said.
Just gonna admire him.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Any matches sticking out to you guys that you're looking forward to the most out of that one?
Dragunov and Dijak, bro. If that opens the pay-per-view, I might watch it for that and just skip the rest of it.
I mean, it might. Think about it. It might. It's gonna steal the show, wherever it is.
The tag team match. Again, there's not really a bad match.
There really isn't.
I think they should all be solid, but those 2, as far as hard-hitting action, and then the title match. Braun Breaker is the heel finally. Carmelo is just a great wrestler. I think that'll be another classic.
All right. Well, we get some chat messages here.
Yeah. David, it's what we do most of the
time.
David,
yep. Dream.
Dream on. Dream on. Sorry.
All right. NXT Battleground taking place Sunday, May 28th, 7 p.m. Central Time. Kickoff show is usually about an hour before, starting at 6. From the Songa Center in Lowell, Massachusetts, and of course will be on Peacock. Yep. And then of course once these events are aired on Peacock, you can go back and watch them on demand later. I mentioned that because Double or Nothing is next to discuss, and that's going to be going on at the exact same time. And look, let's be honest, nothing against NXT. I'm pretty sure more people in the wrestling world are interested in what's going to happen live on Double or Nothing versus be watching Battleground, unless they have Double or Nothing on their TV, Battleground on their mobile device in front of them.
Especially because coming out of Double or Nothing, then you're heading into Collision in a couple weeks, where now it seems again like there's a high chance Punk is going to show up and fulfill his contract. Then, we haven't even remembered, or we remember, but Forbidden Door 2 is coming in June. And then, of course, at the end of summer, you got the big show that apparently on a media call today, just real quick, Tony said they have not actually decided how that's going to be distributed for viewing. So it's not even official whether it's a pay-per-view, whether they're going to try to put it to streaming, whatever. So they're still actually deciding that. So AEW's got a big head of steam potentially out of Double or Nothing going into the summer. So hopefully they can capitalize on it.
For sure, yeah. I mean, obviously, Forbidden Door, you would think that's going to be New Japan World. I mean, it kind of has to be, right? Co-promoted
You would think so. Yeah.
And then I think it was you that shared a story earlier in our little group chat about Stardom potentially being involved as well.
That was
Oh, I
Tommy.
did.
Was it
I
Tommy?
shared
Yeah.
it, yeah.
So
Well,
It was
that's
Japanese
like,
wrestling, JC. Where do you think it came from?
I don't know. Maybe one of us saw it before Tommy did, or something when he was working. So
it's possible. But yeah, I'm so for them doing the relationship with Stardom, and someone said this might mess up their deal with Tokiyoshi Pro, which I don't agree with because they've been working with DDT a lot. That's where they got Takeshita from, and they still work with New Japan. So I don't know why that wouldn't work. Still, I really don't. So, wow.
I mean, he does that in general. So.
Yeah, true.
All right, well, let's get into Double or Nothing, making predictions on this one, starting with an unsanctioned match, Adam Cole versus Chris Jericho. And checking my notes here on this one, where is it? Sabu is the special guest enforcer.
That was literally like a 2K game where, like, what was it? Universe mode where it just kind of chooses random, like, people for you to get into feuds with.
Yeah.
Not the name I expected to come. Like, I was like, oh, Kyle O'Reilly's coming back. Maybe, Fish and O'Reilly are back. And he starts going through the, homicide. I was like, what? So that, for a split second, I was like, homicide? That's good. No, he's not saying homicide.
If he had said homicide, do you know how much of my shit I would have lost?
Yeah, that would have been cool too. But it's just, the connection between Adam Cole and Sabu, their long history.
Well, I like it because I think for one, Adam Cole just wanted to generally work with Sabu in some way, shape, or form, and he knew he could probably never wrestle him. And also because it kind of fits when you think about old school ECW. The number of times he probably got a chair thrown. He threw a chair in Chris Jericho's face.
Okay.
But Taz's reaction was the best.
Also, real quick, the whole beginning of that interview, they were like, Tony was like, "Thank you for agreeing to no physicality." But then Sabu shows up, and it's Sabu, so you got like you just said, got through a chair in someone's face.
Yeah, but to be fair, it wasn't in Jericho's face; it was in Bernard's, I think. Yeah. So, but I mean, but it was funny because I kept rewatching the clip to hear Taz, and then he said, "Oh no." No! And then into the chair, he said, well, that's on brand for him.
First of all, I'm never going to look at that emoji the same way again. Now that I'm going to see that, I'm just going to think about it. Sabu looks good. Yeah, right. He
does.
You're interested to see how much he gets involved here. Have Tim throw Jericho through a damn time. Well, on to the picks themselves. Sean's picking Adam Cole. I'm picking Adam Cole to come out of this one as well. Even though it's a section, it won't be officially going on their AEW records, but it is an unsanctioned match nonetheless. Tommy, what about you? What are you picking?
Adam Cole, because I feel like honestly he's going to be the guy who dethrones MJF. Maybe not Double or Nothing. Maybe All Out or a Full Gear, but one of those because Adam Cole. I mean I feel like that was one of the major feuds they were going to build up at some point anyway, with him winning the Owen Hart Cup last year until he got injured, unfortunately. And I think all this is just to play it safe to see how he comes out of it, and then let him run with that belt at least one time. And it's Adam Cole. This is practically one of Jericho's sons at this point. I mean, come on, let's be honest. He's one of the guys that Jericho inspired. I mean, he even said it himself, his whole catchphrase. So I feel like this is a dream match for Adam Cole, probably one he thought he'd never get. And they're just gonna probably just beat the crap out of each other. It's gonna be great.
Okay, Mike.
I wanted to say Adam Cole too. The only two little things bother me. Adam Cole got over on him in the Falls Count Anywhere match with Roddy Strong over in Austin, where birthday girl Maddie was side hustling as an ice cream server during that match. But also, it's Jericho in a feud. So even if he loses this match, they'll probably have a rematch on Dynamite where he actually wins. Because he never fully loses feuds. I'm going to say Adam Cole, but I'm not confident about it. Given Jericho.
Okay. All right. Anarchy in the Arena match. Blackpool Combat Club versus the Elite. Mike, let's get your pick out of the way because I'm pretty sure I know.
You know where I'm going. Look, Hangman's the only one, and Kenny a little bit. I can do without the Bucks. I just Blackpool Combat Club. you know I'm going with them.
Mhm.
This is one of the few times, because JC's known me for a long time, that I'm fully behind a heel stable. It's usually really hard for me to cheer for the bad guys, even when I know it's wrestling.
Yep.
But it's first of all Claudio as the enforcer, and Wheeler Yuta. Like, I just love his interaction with the rest of them, and then he's a damn good wrestler. He really is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want Blackpool Combat Club. I don't need to see the elite be the heroes, because again, it when the Young Bucks try and act tough, it's just not convincing. But
All right. I'm going with Blackpool Combat Club as well. I feel it's just one of those like little faction warfare that's just been building up for a while. But I feel like Blackpool Combat Club, as great as they have been, they need to get over the hump that is the elite, like at least start this company, and this is going to go a long way for that, and have them potentially running things, you know. But I like the dynamic of the team. I like it, and with the elite, you know, you have the Bucks, you have Kenny Omega, you have the whole storyline with Hangman Page, which it's like a constant thing. Will he? Won't he? Is he still with the elite or not? You know. So, but I got to go Blackpool Combat Club. Mike, what about you? Sorry, Tommy. Excuse me. Tommy, sorry.
Blackpool Combat Club again, just so we're clear.
He writes down your name twice.
Yeah.
I'm going Blackpool Combat Club. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Points.
Yeah.
I'm going Blackpool Combat Club. I don't think the elite need it, and B, I think that this will kind of, I guess, help whoever wants to make another run at whatever belt they want to more credible. You know. Plus, you know, to be fair, Claudio is the only person in this whole match that has a championship. So, oh no, wait, Kenny's still IWGP US champion. That's right.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, I wonder if we can get that singles match. That'd be fun.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Could happen. Yeah.
Good.
Also, AEW related, the con coming in July. AEW wrestlers are supposed to be there.
Yep.
Please give us Claudio.
So I can meet him a second time, because I've already met him once and Mike hasn't.
You know what, JC? We missed them by one show.
You did.
It was our first AEW was a Sunday Bloody Sunday,
ACW.
And apparently the ACW. Sorry, the one previous to that, Claudio Castagnola was there. Because I remember
Claudio versus Quackenbush. Yeah, I've heard about it, and I want to say though I did get to meet Claudio in Austin at an ACW show. It might have been one of the ones you missed. Yeah, it might have been one of the ones you missed, Mike. But yeah, he was there at the Mohawk, and I got to.
I met Chris Hero tons of time, because they were kings of wrestling around that time. But
yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, I think Claudio wrestled Messiah
Sean,
the night.
Legitimate question.
Yeah, very good question.
Okada. That's who I haven't met yet, because that would be a shirt I would have currently on.
You may not have met Okada, but somehow Okada probably knows who you are. So, you know, everyone knows. I'm just saying. So.
There's a good chance.
All right. Ethan Page and the Guns versus the Hardy Party. Now, if the Hardy Party wins, Matt Hardy will own Ethan Page's contract.
Yeah.
Stipulation on this storyline here. So, that being said, the Hardy Party is the Hardys, Matt and Jeff and Hook against Ethan Page and Austin Van Colton Gunn.
Isaiah, isn't that Isaiah?
I think did it get changed?
Oh no, did it? Oh my bad.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
I think this one is Hook, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it got changed yesterday, right?
Yeah. He was part of it, but I think that's going to change, yeah. Oh, that might change tomorrow night. There was something apparently on Rampage that got taped that also got changed. But
we'll see. But as it stands right now, it's Ethan Page, the Guns, versus the Hardys and Hook. So, Tommy, who are you picking on this one?
Actually, I'm picking Page and the Guns. Okay. I just feel like I feel like they're going to start building the Guns back up, especially since they're still using Many Men as their theme song.
All right, Mike, what about you?
I'm going to go Hardy Party, because I don't think we always see the face lose these. They have to work for the other person, the contract. And Ethan Page, honestly, is a very entertaining guy who's, I mean, I know AEW has a lot of these, like, they probably deserve more right now. But I think it would be fun to see Ethan Page on the having to do what the Hardys tell him for a bit.
So you're going Hardy Party. Sean is going Hardy Party as well. And I am also going to go with Hardy Party as well. So I'm just looking to potentially how much fun of a dynamic it would be to have Ethan Page on the same side as the Hardys. And I mean, Page is very underrated with his charisma, so I think they could have some fun with that one. So. The match that probably not very many people care about, TBS Championship, Jade Cargill against Taya Valkyrie. Guys, anyone here think Taya Valkyrie is going to beat Jade Cargill?
Yes, I honestly do.
You do? All right.
I honestly do. And I'm actually kind of looking forward to this because I'm thinking this is where she's going to win it. So I honestly think she's going to win.
Well, I'm of the mindset I'll believe it when I see it, so I'm picking Jade until it happens otherwise. Mike, what about you?
Yeah, I don't. Well, maybe this is pun intended. I'm jaded about this storyline. I'm sorry, it was right there. I couldn't resist. Yeah, again, something I'm going to get into a little bit with my 1 minute warning, but it's going to be Jade, in my opinion.
Now the TNT Championship contested in a ladder match: Wardlow versus Christian Cage. Yeah, I'm still back and forth on this one. This is going to be a fun one. Yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead and stick with Wardlow to retain here. I don't know. It seems to be. I don't know why. Nothing against Christian Cage. I know he's going to show that he can still do a match like this, but it doesn't make much sense to me to put the TNT Championship on the line with him, or to put him on him. So I think Wardlow still has a lot to do with this, and I think this would be a huge victory for him to win it in a ladder match. So I'm going to go with Wardlow. Sean is also picking Wardlow. Tommy, what about you?
Wardlow. I'll go with Wardlow. I'd rather see Christian Cage win the World Championship before I see him with the TNT title, just because.
Yeah. Mike, what about you?
I'm going to go Wardlow. Not that I wouldn't mind Christian having a title in AEW, but they dropped the ball with Wardlow so bad from when he was the hottest thing in AEW. It would almost be cruel to have him lose the belt again. Yeah, you're kind of right, David, but I think that's more on AEW's booking than him himself. He was on fire. And they've done this to several people. Him, Hobbs, Ricky Starks were kind of oh God. Well, that is what I does a lot. But they were on this streak of shooting up the charts, if you will, and then they kind of fumbled them, and it's unfortunate.
All right, well, we're all taking Wardlow to retain here on this one. Now, the International Championship, currently held by Orange Cassidy, is going to be defended in a 21-man Blackjack Battle Royal.
Yeah.
At last check, the people involved in this match are Aaron Solo, Powerhouse Hobbs, QT Marshall, Ricky Starks, and Orange Cassidy, obviously, and 16 other people to be announced or to be determined. Did they announce any more for this on Dynamite last night? Because I don't remember seeing anything like that.
I don't think there was any big names mentioned.
Just do what they got to do with it, right?
Yeah, so, what I see on cage matches, no one big unless something changes.
Now, if there's a match that may end up on the pre-show, it might potentially be this one.
Yeah.
Because of the whole Battle Royal aspect of it, too. So, now we can pick your name if you want, or this, because these are hard to do, but for the very least for me, I think Orange Cassidy's going to walk away with this one. He's just makes no sense for me to take it off of him. So I got Orange Cassidy here. You guys can pick whoever's listed there. Maybe there's somebody on the roster they haven't announced for this one, or something like that. So David says it's going to be Orange. Mike, who are you thinking?
I've tweeted about this, especially after Dynamite yesterday, about we really haven't given, I'll use modern vernacular, I don't think we've given Orange Cassidy his flowers enough for the run he's on with these title defenses. Basically opening Dynamite almost every week for a while with a hell of a match. And, I know there's people who don't like his character and the way he does things, but he can go in the ring, and his matches for me are entertaining. I guess there's two ways to it. I would hate for him to lose it in a battle royal that he just kind of gets tossed over, not pinned. But then again, I guess that prevents him from taking an actual pin. So I don't know, but I want him to keep it because I want, like a lot of titles, whoever beats him to be, worth getting that pin. And because honestly, let's be honest, the international title right now is worth more than the TNT title.
Yeah.
In its prestige and its being kept like this. So Joe, okay, now if
That's
Joe
interesting.
happens, I'm not mad about that at all.
Yeah, that's
So
yeah. Joe's that's always different if it's Joe's ever in something.
Curious to see if they bring him in as long as some of the potential Ring of Honor talent as well for this. So
yeah,
yeah, interesting. All right, Tommy, did you make a pick yet?
no, I was gonna just pick Orange. I mean,
Okay.
until I'm kind of like him with Deanna Purrazzo when she had her belt. Until I see him lose, I'm picking him.
nobody wants to go QT Marshall? No?
Is that you? No.
No.
You
But
said Cassidy, right? Mike?
side note,
Yeah.
I did run into him once. He's actually a really nice guy. I can't lie.
Oh, I'm sure he is. But also,
Yeah.
if we can stop doing QTV, that'd be cool too.
Fair enough.
All right, the AEW Tag Team Championship with the special referee Mark Briscoe, FTR defending those titles against Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. Go ahead, Tommy.
Go ahead, Tommy.
It's so impressive to me how Jeff Jarrett keeps doing this.
No.
But that being said, I'm picking FTR.
Is anyone not picking FTR because of what they're doing right now? They're damn near like the hottest tag team right now going. So, I mean,
Okay, someone mentioned this. Just there is no wrestler in the world right now who is better at, oh dear God, don't you dare let him win, than Jeff Jarrett with title matches in AEW.
I told someone that.
It's not. I'm picking FTR, but it's like 98% because Jeff Jarrett finds a way, like life in Jurassic Park. He finds a way. But I'm going to say FTR.
I'm with you along with David. We're picking FTR. Although Sean is going Double J and Jay Lethal, who, by the way, apparently recently reapplied for the trademark to Black Machismo.
Nice.
That story came out recently. I don't know if you guys know that. So,
Well,
potentially we get a Black Machismo sighting in Ring of Honor and AEW. I mean,
well, because apparently they've been selling like little figures of his on something online. I've been getting emails.
Maybe
about
major figures or something.
something like that.
Potentially, yeah.
Jason, that's a different kind of
Yeah,
because Jarrett's not like beating the top guy like Goldberg usually was.
Yeah,
Or
'cause
taking out the Fiend.
yeah, because Jarrett plays the chicken shit heel best out of anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, like him and Miz, they're neck and neck for me at being the best at it. So
Yeah.
I mean, think about that heyday when Impact back then, TNA was up and coming. Who was the champion for that time? Jeff Jarrett. Who did you not want to
He
win
was
the
the
King of the
Triple
Mountain?
H of Impact.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when he lost it, like great.
I was gonna say, please don't remind me. That
Although
was the one thing about TNA.
with a banger of a theme song. So.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You know?
Damn it! That was the one thing I hated. I hated Jeff Jarrett, but my God, My World was amazing song. Such an amazing song.
And it was probably one of the biggest ones you knew, and then Bad Bunny comes out with Chumbaya, and you're like, yeah, nothing's going to top that. So,
Yeah.
AEW Women's Championship, Jamie Hayter defending against Toni Storm. One that has been set up quite a while ago, been in the works, and storyline hell of a built up here. So, and one that I personally have not decided where I'm going to go with on this one yet. So, Mike, what are you thinking?
I don't like that Jamie Hayter's the champion, but her storyline is still mixed up in a gang warfare with the ladies. I don't feel like they've highlighted her well enough. And part of me does think from the original run that Tony deserved a better run with the title. I feel like a lot of things we've talked about with AEW and their popular faces, I feel like Jamie Hayter's cooled off a bit, kind of stuck in this outcast versus Britt, Jamie, and whatever third person they can find feud. I'm going to stick with Jamie just because it would be kind of weird for like one person in this group to lose the women's title to one person in this other group and it not really be a feud that's about the two people. I could be completely wrong and I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm going to go Jamie Hayter.
Okay. Tommy?
Jamie Hayter. I feel like if she's gonna lose, it's gonna be built up a bit better. So I'm gonna go with Jamie.
I'm actually gonna go with Toni Storm on this one.
Okay.
This is I think is gonna be the biggest title change coming out of this weekend. It's Double or Nothing, and I don't know. I think they've got some big plans for her, and she put the title on her. I would love to see who they're gonna match her up with at Forbidden Door 2.
That's true.
The Stardom thing is a potential to happen. So
cool.
All right, and finally, AEW World Championship, MJF defending against Sammy Guevara versus Darby Allin versus Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Mike, you already got a smile on your face. I feel like I need to go to you first with this one. So.
Well, when did Sammy become a underdog face? Like, what was this?
I have no idea. It makes no sense to me.
He has been the biggest douchebag
since he's been the Independence. We know, yeah. I mean,
well, yes, but but then all of a sudden he's got this weird anime Dragon Ball Z like Titantron or AEW Tron video where
it was after they turned on each other in the tag team match. Suddenly everyone wanted him to win. And
yeah.
Well, I don't think anybody wants him to win. I'm just saying he's decided to. Anyways, I think MJF's going to win. I hate to say this, but given the promos and the stuff the last few weeks, the rest of the pillars aren't quite as MJF's level with this. Darby might be the closest. I think Jack Perry needs the most help on the promo part of it. Sammy's kind of in the middle, but it's also Sammy. So, yeah.
Yeah, Sean, I know why.
My heart is with Darby to win this, and God, I would love it. I would love it. I would love for it to be one of those weird things where him of all people, maybe MJF hits his finisher and Darby throws him out of the ring. But sadly, it's going to probably be the other way around. I could just see Darby hitting the coffin drop on someone, MJF throwing him out of the ring and taking the pin.
Well, that sounds exactly like how it happened.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with MJF.
Did I miss something on the Jungle Boy Sammy stuff?
No, he's talking about Screw Sammy specifically because this is what happened years ago with something Sammy said online.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't forgiven him for that yet.
Oh no, that
No.
Yeah,
for that.
I thought you meant specifically between Jungle Boy and Sammy.
Oh no, he's talking about just Sammy specifically.
Yeah,
he's picking Jungle Boy, is what Sean was saying there. Yeah, so
no.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with MJF. But man, I would love it if Darby won. It'd be so amazing. Yeah. But I think it's not there yet. But potentially, if that's the way the match goes down, if Darby hits that big finisher and he gets thrown out, that's kind of leading into probably Darby getting a title shot down the road. Something maybe that's the next guy they build up. So
I think what you can do beautifully in this match is plant some seeds.
Yes.
For down the road with you guys. So yeah, I like that.
And Tommy, you sticking with MJF too, or no? As much as you would love to.
Do I have to? Can I just pick someone else and just know I'm wrong?
Pick Sammy.
Can I pick literally anyone else and just know I'm wrong?
You can pick Jasmine Allure. Oh.
Okay, I'll call it now. If the choice is between Jasmine Allure, Sammy Guevara, and MJF, you win. I will happily pick Jasmine any day of the week. All right, I'm not that crazy.
Tommy, we just say you're
finally got it. Yes, so yeah.
Right. I don't hate her that much. Okay.
Every time I turn around, you're cheering her, you're picking her in matches.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
You write this down. Tommy picks
it's not hard between MJF and Jasmine Allure. That is not the same thing at all. So, man, screw it. I'll just go with MJF. I want to pick Darby too, honestly, but let's go with MJF.
God, I would love for Darby to win for sure. So
yeah,
I would love it if Darby won. Like seriously, I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah. What the hell? I had the wrong graphic up. Whoops. Sorry.
Oh no.
Oh,
I guess I clicked over.
I think I noticed that and meant to say it and forgot.
Oh, whoops. Well, that was all Double or Nothing. Sorry, guys. Yeah, Double or Nothing is this Sunday, May 28th, same time as NXT Battleground, 7 p.m. Central Time. The buy-in is at 6 o'clock, And there's a potential that international championship blackjack battle royal will be on what they call the buy-in, the pre-show. So stay tuned for that if you're really interested to see who's going to come out of that.
Yep.
The event takes place at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Man, they have come a long way since the first Double or Nothing at the MGM Grand, guys. Yes,
Bruh.
pretty awesome. So T-Mobile Arena is the site. I don't think there will be any conflicts with the Las Vegas Golden Knights. They are in overtime right now with the Dallas Stars to get to the Stanley Cup final. And that game right now is in Vegas. Game 6, if Dallas were to win, is in Vegas on Saturday the 27th, I believe.
This is a stacked weekend, man. Damn.
It's a stacked weekend in Vegas, yeah. So, but obviously, if those Golden Knights win tonight, they're in the Stanley Cup final. No worry about conflicts with the hockey team. If they don't win, I think the series. Oh no, I'm sorry. Game 6 will be in Dallas. They're in Vegas right now, so I'm sorry. There shouldn't be any conflict. Yeah, it won't matter. But yeah, so they're in Vegas right now playing that game. Game 6, a potential, if necessary, Game 6 will be in Dallas, so no conflicts there with Double or Nothing. It'll be on Bleacher Report. The price of $50 domestically. Internationally, you can purchase it off of Fight TV. So, well, somehow we got through talking about 4 shows, and that just leaves one thing, guys, and that is, of course, our 1-minute warning segment here. So. Mike, you're up. You've been teasing. You got something to talk about. So whenever you're ready, go for it.
So this is not going to be something that I've touched on any of my 1-minute warnings lately. We'll get back to the Jasmine genocide match that's coming up in a couple weeks. Here's what I'm coming with today. I no longer care. I don't care about length of title reigns. It has been run so much into the ground, to the point that it affects stories in ways that I don't think it needs to. I don't know why it's so important to get Roman to 1,000 days. I understand the idea that maybe Cody needed more, but also WWE lived about moments. WrestleMania would have been a moment. I still think they're going to regret not pulling the trigger. Mm-hmm. But every title now, they seem to focus on how long they've been the title reign. They're talking about where Gunther now resides in the IC titles. Jade with her win streak was now just at 500. If everyone does it, it's not special. So like give it a rest. Let's just have good title reigns and good stories. I don't care about the number of days. It's all made up because you chose it. So come on.
You say that about the number. It's the 1,000. It's the big impactful. It's the power of 10 kind of thing. I'm constantly reminded of a George Carlin segment when it comes to the numbers thing, when he's talking about the 10 commandments. Like, why 10? You don't need 10. Like, if somebody come out like the 11, like, oh, I got the 11 commandments, get the fuck out of here. No one would take them seriously. But 10's like special, it's a multiple of 10. It's a multiple of 5 kind of thing. So, it's one of those things. So.
Do you remember the original History of the World?
Yeah, which, by the way, watching it on Hulu is fucking hilarious.
My dad loves that. Like, he always loves that joke. I have the 15. 10 commandments.
Whether you're religious or not, just go listen to George Carlin talk about the 10 commandments, and he gets it down to 2, and it's hilarious how he does it. He's just like, it's so funny. just take it what it is. It's hilarious, and I miss the guy. He's still my favorite comedian of all time.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Also, one other thing with the Roman hitting 1,000 that it's going to do is somewhere within the next 10 years or less, someone's going to have to break that record.
Yep.
To be impressive. So now we're going to have like a 4-year reign. Mm-hmm. And it just,
It'll probably be Charlotte Flair. All right, Tommy.
Damn you, JC.
You got something this week?
No, I think I'm good this week.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
All right. Well, I have one thing to say about this and this weekend and with everything else. In prep, what did Sean say? Now I have to see this, even though it's kind of in my 1-minute warning. Every time I think, dude, yes. Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
For sure. Still have that shirt. I am going to say this. I've been looking forward to this weekend for a while as a wrestling fan, and putting this agenda together, typing all this stuff out, getting this prepped. I'm like, man, this is awesome. 4 huge wrestling shows, 4 biggest well, obviously 3 companies, but 4 the biggest things in wrestling nationally here in the United States. Even though 2 of them are taking place on international soil, but that's neither here nor there. Um, we're getting Night of Champions. We're getting Impact Under Siege. We're getting NXT Battleground. We're getting AEW Double or Nothing. This is amazing.
Yep.
Like, competition in wrestling has built this. It has spawned this. Years ago, when it was just WWE and everyone else was down below, we never would have had this. But it just proves that competition is great in wrestling. And if you let that happen, if you let people really have to push themselves, you get weekends like this where everyone's trying to take advantage of a full 3-day weekend when everyone's probably going to stay up late anyway, and just give us some great shows. So good luck to everyone out there wrestling this weekend, whether it's you're an independent promotion, whether it's a big national pay-per-view, wherever you are. It's going to be a fun weekend of wrestling, and I'm looking forward to it. So we all win, guys. Fans win. So
yes.
Yep.
Indeed.
Real quick before we go, I need to say one thing, and I think Tommy needs to listen to this, because this podcast has a vested interest in this match, and we've talked about it a lot, and we'll talk about it more. Mission Pro, June 10th, Genocide versus Jasmine for the title. I've said that I was going to wait until that week to make my prediction for this match because it was a difficult decision. Jason, I don't know if you're still in the chat or watching, but if you are, we we're standing together at RCW and we're talking, and I think he kind of made some points that helped me make a decision on this match. So I'm going to go ahead and make my prediction early for this match than I had planned to. But the winner of that match is going to be the person whose name starts with J. That was for you, Jason.
Can we end this show now?
Thank you.
Because we waited for that whole time for him to go through that entire thing and listen. I listened to him because he asked me to. Can we end this show now?
Mike's been my best friend since high school. Like, where the hell is this going with this shit? Jesus Christ. First
Like Michael
of all,
Scott, I start a sentence, I don't know where it's going.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Check us out, as always, the Countdown City Geeks website, countdowncitygeeks.com, our Twitter account at ccg_WrestleCast. And Mike, we have an Instagram. What is it?
It is Countdown City WrestleCast. All one word.
Yep.
Yeah. And I started it, but we're all going to be throwing stuff on there, promoting the show, promoting a lot of the local shows that we go to, and obviously any big things that happen in wrestling. So, yeah. Jason was there. Heck yeah, buddy. That was for you.
Yeah. So we'll help try and get the graphic updated with that tag as well on the Instagram as well. So next week we're going to recap everything we talked about today. I think it's still out there,
That's a succinct way to put it. Yes.
Yeah, that's just the easy way to put it. Yeah.
We're gonna recap everything we talked about.
Everything we talked about today. Yeah, we're gonna talk. We'll recap Night of Champions again Saturday, 12 p.m. Central Time on Peacock. Under Siege also Saturday, 7 p.m. Central Time on Impact Plus, or also on Fight TV for $10. NXT Battleground is Sunday, 7 p.m. on Peacock, and then Double or Nothing is Sunday, also at 7 p.m. on Bleacher Report for $50. So. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And if you're traveling this weekend, please be safe out there. I know it's Memorial Day weekend.
Definitely.
And to my beautiful wife, Tina, tomorrow is our 11-year wedding anniversary. And
holy crap.
It's been 11 years, yes. So, and the gift, the traditional gift is steel. So, babe, I still love you. Happy 11 years, babe. We met through wrestling, and there was a bunch of wrestling themes on reception, as you guys remember. You know, thank you again, Anarchy Championship Wrestling, for allowing us to use your, at the time, World Championship belt and the American Joshi Championship belt as part of our entrance. I don't have the picture in front of me, but maybe I'll put it up here later or post it.
Bring it up for next week.
Yeah, I'll bring it up for next week for sure. Thank you, Sean, for the anniversary mention. Yes, Hybrid also is this weekend as well. Apologize, didn't mention that.
No, we did. We talked about it a little bit.
We talked about it. I didn't write it
down. Yeah. You're right. You're right.
So, once again, over here we got Tommy.
Thanks, guys.
We got Mike.
Thanks, guys. Be good to each other.
And I'm JC, and as always, heels and baby faces, remember, pro wrestling is real.
People are fake.
Reach for the
Boom.
sky, boy.
Have a good weekend, everyone.
Adios, Gunther.